Mabuhay! I am Hanamay Lucadjo Balutiti, living in Barangay Hibunawan, Baybay City, Leyte, Philippines, which is located at the northern part of Baybay. So today's video, we will talk about assessing the sustainability of natural, cultural, and tourism resources in the northern barangay of Baybay City, Leyte. Before we dive into our discussion, let me give you some introduction what is Baybay City is. Baybay City is the second city in Leyte and the fourth largest city in the Eastern Visayas region in terms of land area. It is composed of 23 zones classified as the urban area and 69 barangays classified as the rural area. What is sustainable? According to Wikipedia, sustainable is the meeting current demands without compromising the ability of the future generations to satisfy their own needs. And of course, based on what I've learned, when we talk about sustainability, it has to be balanced. Balance in 3 P's. What are those 3 P's? People, planet, and the profit. People are the community, us. Planet is the environment, and profit is the economic. And of course, what is sustainable tourism? Sustainable tourism involves a responsibility, a strong commitment to the protection and conservation of the environment, and integration and involvement of local people in tourism operations. Based on the resource inventory report of the northern part of barangay of Baybay City, Leyte, we come up to this task. Is northern part have natural, cultural, and historical, has a social resource, or the tourism facilities and services? Now we dive into different kinds of resources. Now we dive first to natural resources. Is northern barangay has natural resources? Yes, it does. Natural resources in northern part is really rich. The northern part of Baybay City is rich in natural resources such as mountains, rivers, and near and coastal areas. The northern part of Baybay is rich in such beautiful mountains, rivers. Like for example, in the first picture, that is the Mount Pangasugan. Next picture is river. It is from San Agustin down to Barangay Igang. And not just that, it is also rich in coastal areas from Santa Cruz, based on what I observed, from Santa Cruz down to Bunga, which is the most visited and the most visitor choices in these areas. Next, the cultural heritage. If you can see, cultural heritage, it represents the opportunity to highlight local traditions, stories, and community heritage in the future, which poses also from attracting cultural tourism. However, in this area, it lacks significant historical or cultural landmarks. But you will not be sad about that because we do have this social resource. Barangay Hibunawan and Barangay Maganhan, they have the Farmer Association. If you can see, they create tree planting, having a clean drive to protect the environment. And also the tourism, the tourism facilities and services. Availability of basic and infrastructure such as accommodation, food and beverage, and accessibility transportation networks connecting Tacloban and Ormoc. We do have the accommodation. You can see the Red Palm. Food and beverage, we have the West Side in Kugon. Tour and travel, I'm Travel Corporation. Entertainment and wellness and pure fitness. And also we do have the MICE. It is located, we have the MICE, that is the sport complex located in Barangay Hibunawan Diversion Road. As the northern part has activities and tourism, it can makaprovide ba siya ng mga activities and tourism? Yes, of course. The Northern District has immense potential for tourism development, particularly in ecotourism and adventure tourism. Activities like hiking, trekking, kayaking, and swimming. Hiking in mountainous areas such as the Mount Pangasugan, kayaking in the rivers, we do have also, I have also discovered, like based on my inventory, there are secret beautiful rivers in the northern part of Baybay City, Leyte. Like for example, in Barangay Maganhan, they do have in Barangay Cantagnos, they have a beautiful and clean and fresh rivers. So we can create some kayaking and swimming there or hiking before we go to the before ta makaabot sa katong nga barangay. Grabe siya ka daghan kayo siya agian, like hiking, really hiking, but it's so beautiful, like makawag stress. And also we do have the agritourism, so employing agricultural resources such as for farm tours, hands-on activities, and showcasing traditional farming practices. I have some, based on my inventory, Barangay Hibonawan also created a farming association. They created some farm wherein you can visit, you can pick your own vegetable. Now let's move on to the survey assessment report. Present and the results of the survey assessment conducted in the green practices of various establishments in Baybay City, especially in the accommodation and food and beverage sector. So for today's video, I will going to compare which sector has implemented the sustainability. Is it the accommodation sector or the food and beverage sector? I came up with this idea because based on what I have surveyed, the only establishment that answered the question is, like for example, the food and beverage. The only establishment that answered the survey is Minahal Kita and West Side West Bro, which is in Cogon. Next is accommodation is in Red Palm Inn and the hostel. So I came up with the idea, is it possible if we compare those two sector establishment, though they what is most sustainability? Is it the accommodation sector or the food and beverage sectors? Let's talk about the accommodation sector and the food and beverage sector. Accommodation sector is both accommodation facilities. Red Palm Inn and the VC Hotel is a strong dedication to environmentally friendly operation, especially in areas that are directly to the resource efficiency to the visitor experience. Red Palm Inns is the lower energy usage and provided environmentally friendly hotel. Options shown in northern strengths and energy efficiency, and also the VC Hostel, on the other hand, is excellent in waste reduction, water management, and education and awareness, all of which are consist of standing as an educational institution that places a strong emphasis on environmental consciousness. Next is in food and beverage sector. The food and beverage businesses, Minahal Kita and West Side Bistro, show a strong focus on purchasing strategies and waste management reduction. Both companies place a high priority on cutting waste and obtaining sustainable goods, demonstrating their dedication to using eco-friendly producers in their daily operation. Like for example, also in the northern part of Baybay City, Leyte, which is in Canipa, the gold farm. So they have a farm and they have also a restaurant. So the food that they will produce, the vegetable that they will produce, Gold Farm manage a farm where nato sila mukuha sa ilang utan, and then kung unsa to ilang ma-harvest, mo to ilang lutoon. However, wala na nag-provide or wala na nag-kuan ang Gold Farm because of such problems. But their farm is still available, but their restaurant is not yet. Wala na nag-perform. But back to Minahal Kita and West Side. Minahal Kita performs better than West Side, has a more well-rounded approach to sustainability factors, indicating their dedication to the environment, such as friendly procedures. However, because of activities place less emphasis on resource-intensive infrastructure than lodging, both institutions struggle to achieve high energy and water efficiency and sustainable programs. So back to our question is, based on our question earlier, which sector has sustainability? So in conclusion, However, both industries have made a complementary contribution to Baybay City's sustainable tourism industry. The food and beverage industry may strengthen its commitment by prioritizing energy and water efficiency measures, and the lodging industry might improve by implementing organized sustainability initiatives. Combine this and enhance would boast Baybay City standing as a sustainable travel destination. So, on the other hand, both sector have stepped up should step up in sustainability by providing some more educational aspect, and must sustainable they must create a sustainability initiatives. As we will discuss about the survey findings of these establishments. First is the Red Palm Inn. Red Palm Inn is a sustainable guest rooms and energy efficiency practices. They still have some gaps. The absence of comprehensive sustainability program limits its ability to adopt a structured approach to broader environment. The VSC Hostel. So, since VSC Hostel is located at Visayas State University campus and a lower, so they are excellent in performance in water management, waste reduction, and raising environmental awareness. However, the areas such as energy efficiency and guest room sustainability could be more further improved. Next is we go to other sector, which is the food and beverage. The West Side Bistro, a strong focus on managerial awareness of environmental protection, highlights on strategic oversight. They are more focused on managerial awareness. They know their employees, such as like that, and they have also the caps of improvement, optimizing energy and water use. Next is the Minahal Kita. Their strength is a well-rounded approach to various sustainability factors, particularly in waste reduction. And of course, did you know that Minahal Kita is one of the highlight of Baybay City Leyte? Like for example, if you're visiting Baybay City Leyte, you must eat at Minahal Kita. Next is their gaps is also the limiting the ability to measure progress and set long-term goals. So for the recommendation for improvement of those establishments, first, the area protection and industry regulation. Partner with local authorities to implement green certification program for accommodations and food and beverage to encourage structured sustainability efforts. Like for example, a green key certification programs used in many tourist destinations. Next is the visitor management. Offer initiatives for guests participating in sustainable behaviors such as bringing reusable water bottles. And like for example, some establishment and I have learned in previous discussion that instead of using plastic, we can use some paperless. We can use paperless. Like for example, filling a form, we can use some electrical. Instead of using a paper, we can use some electrical system. Next is the carrying capacity. Conduct regular assessment of the carrying capacity to ensure that the arrival tourist does not strain local resource or like dili siya ma-overpopulated and dili madawat ang atong environment impact assessment. Both sectors should conduct environmental impact audits to evaluate resource usage and waste production. Example of that is composting and recycling. Set up separate bins for biodegradable, recyclable, and residual waste in all establishment. Educating staff and customers on proper segregation. And for food and beverage sector, we can use some leftover food utilization. For Minahal Kita and West Side Bistro, donate unsold edible food to local communities to convert into animal fed or compost. May siyang compost ang katong mga nahabilin or mga pasaw. Next is alternatives. Provide a reusable utensils, and this is also for food and beverage. Provide reusable utensils and containers. Next is the community engagement. Collaborate with schools, local governments, and NGOs to run community awareness programs on sustainable tourism practices. So both establishments of both sectors can position themselves as leaders in sustainable tourism within Baybay City. This is not only enhance their comprehensive edge, but also contributes to the city overall reputation as an eco-friendly destination. And to answer the question earlier, which sector leads, it's either the accommodation or the food and beverage. Well, the accommodation sector is often considered as the fortuner in conducting sustainability because of its broad focus on energy, water, and waste management, based on the also in the result, and it is more visible certification efforts. However, the food and beverage sectors plays an equal critical role, particularly in reducing food waste and sourcing sustainability. In many cases, the sectors complement each other. For example, eco-conscious hotels also adopt sustainable food and beverage practices within their dining services, merging efforts for a more holistic approach to sustainability. Conducting reports on sustainable tourism highlights its critical to minimizing environmental impact, supporting local communities, and fostering economic growth. As a future professional, applying these principles means promoting eco-friendly practices, preserving cultural heritage, and engaging with stakeholders to ensure destinations thrive sustainability. Sustaining a destination is a challenging, but it is essential for us and for our future generations. By combining research with innovative solutions, we can create tourism experiences that benefits both people, planet, and the economy. Again, my name is Hannah May Luca Jubalotite. Thank you for listening and mabuhay!